Hello, I'm the DM, and you're listening to Campaign 2 of Fools and Flagons, The Tales of Archeron. We livestream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Fools&Flagons. That's Fools, the letter N, Flagons, every Friday at 7 p.m. Central for Tales of Archeron and 6 p.m. Central for Storm King's Chaos. If you'd like to join our community and talk not just about D&D, but other games as well, consider joining our Discord. The links can be found below in the description. Do you like us? Like, really, really like us? Consider donating to our coffee page at ko-fi.com/Fools&Flagons. The links can also be found in the description. Donations and memberships are never required and always appreciated. We have no gated content for members only, and all proceeds go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it helps to keep the podcast alive and well. Are you ready for some D&D? All right then. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for the Fools and Flagons podcast.
He'll probably start biting me and shit here in like 20 minutes.
That's fair. Well,
This music is very whimsical.
it is very whimsical. I mean, you guys just beat a big bad and you escaped a collapsing city, but I'll get to that in a minute when we get to the recap. So hello everyone, and welcome to Fools and Flagons, a tabletop campaign made up entirely by me where my players do dumb things, the points don't matter, the rule of cool is king, and I try to make sense of everything. So yeah, hi, hello. Hope you guys are, if you're watching right now, I hope you have celebrated and have been enjoying your American Freedom Day. Aw, he says thank you. Yeah, American Freedom Day. Yeah, we're doing the, thank you kind of thing.
I'm so fucking cute.
When James does it, it just makes me feel weird. Not in a good way.
Don't look like a real girl, Papa.
Am I a pretty girl?
I'm a pretty girl.
But Pa, I love him. If you are watching us live, we want to thank you for your follows, subscriptions, and bits on Twitch. We do apologize that we will not verbally recognize them on the stream for the sake of not interrupting the story, but someone will be paying attention in chat and they'll, yeah, probably Issa. She's usually pretty quick on that stuff. But your support of us is always very, very much appreciated. If you do like what we do and you would like to support us, consider our coffee page. Links can be found down below and in the chat here if you're watching live. All proceeds go back into Fools and Flagons to help keep everything up and running and to try to give you an even better experience than the time before. So we do want to give a big thank you to Martyr, Gelatinous Cube, and Cargo for being longtime tavern members over on our coffee page. Their support is very, very, very much appreciated. Anything else? Anyone else have any announcements that they want to? I hope everyone's being safe and they're not, making a trip to the hospital and going home with less fingers than what they started. A cat?
Don't blow off your fingers, or else the finger goblin will come and take them from you.
Look, I can count on one hand how many times that's happened to me.
I'm allergic to the sun, so I won't have to worry about being outside.
The fun happens once the lights go down.
Yeah, but
Sun's a deadly
still.
laser.
The sun is a deadly laser.
Son is
I
not
have
my
tan
friend.
lines
not my
against
friend.
my will.
Against your will?
Uh-huh.
What, did Nim make
Son
you
is not
walk?
my-
No, I have to walk outside to go from my warehouse to the storefront where the other warehouse is.
Oh,
There's no back rooms.
that's not necessarily a bad thing.
What if I want to phase through and go into the back rooms?
I mean, fair. Yeah, I mean, you're already a cryptid. You'd belong.
Uh-huh.
Go home, Issa. You're cryptid. All right. Well, if no one has anything else that they'd like to announce or talk about, then let's start off this holiday session. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Pop a cold top if you got it.
Yeah, my drink is empty. Drink it all.
I have a lot of potential lore going on in here. Hi, Nadine.
Hi, Nadine.
So I needed to be sober, even though I went to a pool party where there was plenty of things to partake in. I held back so that I could give you guys a very good story
I have a
tonight.
mocktail. There's no booze in here.
I like that. We're not going to interrupt the stream for anything. Hi, Nadine!
The stream hasn't started yet. The story hasn't begun. I have not yet begun to recap.
You're a fucking liar.
DM. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I can get soju.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay. All right. So, picking up where we last left off, the Tempests were deep underground below Takatari to deal with a literal blight upon the land. A massive wormlike creature had been burrowing through the area, spreading its pestilence and disease to every corner of the empire. Having rescued some hapless villagers, the Tempests bravely went back into the depths to rid the world of this creature and its spawn once and for all. First on their list was to destroy the creature's nests, a task that proved to be a bit more difficult than they originally thought, and a peculiar item was recovered from within the skull of one of these creatures that had been growing in the nest, and it seemed to point the party in the correct direction. A Duergar city located within an expansive cavern. Making their way deeper into the city, the party was ambushed, but managed to fight off the creatures, only to have their progenitor erupt from the ground and begin searching for them. The party found a cellar that they could recuperate in and plan their next moves. And after coming up with said brilliant plan, the Tempests lured the gargantuan beast into the open and eventually slayed it. But the Scourge wouldn't go down quietly. As the final blow was struck by Zaan laying flat on his back, the beast exploded, leveling many of the surrounding buildings and splashing nearly everyone with its ichor. There was no time to sit and take stock, as the city itself began to collapse upon the death of the Scourge. The very substance covering everything in sight began to wilt away with its death, what was once holding up the crumbled buildings now sloughing off. After a mad dash out of the city, the Tempest made it across the bridge leading back to the underground tunnel network, and that is where we rejoin them all, as the dust settles from the collapse of the underground Duergar city. So, what are you all doing?
So this is right after we jumped out over the bridge.
Correct. You jumped across a bridge leading out of the city, and as you landed on the other side, the bridge itself gave way as pretty much the entire plateau that the city had been situated on gave way.
So there's just a big ass hole behind us now.
That's a big ass hole.
I don't remember.
It's paradoxical, because there's a hole inside of a cave.
Who was holding Kasumi? I don't remember. Was it Zaan?
You were.
Okay.
I was holding you like a foxball.
Yeah, she is very much frail and very tired in your arms.
So it's a Patriots football.
Deflated. Yes.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Just a Tom Brady ball.
I thought it was a pretty fucking clever reference, if I do say so myself.
It's very funny. I mean, Zaan's not putting you down.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just freaking limp noodle in his damn arms.
Yeah. Fox form, she is limp noodle.
I mean, I think we're all, other than whoever passed, I think we're all at exhaustion level 2.
I'm good.
Is it 3? I thought it was only
I'm at
2.
3.
Some people took a little bit more levels of exhaustion during the fight. It wasn't just from the explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at 3 until you cast that spell.
Okay, so you're at 2. You're at 3.
The creature
Yeah.
you guys were fighting was quite literally the embodiment of pestilence and decay.
Miracle.
Marika's
Not anymore.
pink skin is looking a lot paler, and she looks not very good, but she's still standing. It's like, we need to get out of here.
So you look like a normal person, your skin is actually just peach colored now.
She went from like cherry pink to bubblegum pink.
That's, were you not? Wait, I'm seeing
Like sunburnt.
I'm seeing a picture of your character. You're already bubblegum.
She looks sunburnt. Yeah, she looks sunburnt. She looks like a normal person that's sunburnt.
Well, you look like whatever a dark outlined person looked like down here in the cave of no light.
Now you can't see in the dark.
A dark outlined person. I don't know what that means.
I can barely see is the
Oh.
joke I'm making.
Oh, so you're a dark pinkish purple silhouette.
Regardless, she doesn't look like she feels good. She
Moriko.
don't feel good.
Do you have any more of your change things left? Can you do that more?
I have one more left. I can get us out of the hole. But we just have to go back up.
Spider.
Let's go!
Spider bitch does whatever it might be.
Where is my kobold?
I'm still on your shoulder.
Just like glued
Oh.
to your back.
I'm right here.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that Pez hasn't fashioned himself a daddy carrier
harness?
yet.
A baby Bjorn?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So,
Wow.
Mariko, you have a wild shape left. What are you doing?
She's gonna try to lead him back to the initial opening that they descended from,
Mm-hmm.
so she can spider form and get them out.
Okay. Your sense of direction is pretty infallible at this point. You've been through these tunnels enough times by now that you're able to get the general gist of where you need to go. And as you are going along, you're able to find it pretty easily because the sunlight is coming down through the sinkhole, and there's that lighter part of the tunnel versus the sheer blackness, and you hear Zaan stumbling around because he can't see shit. So, sure enough,
What's
go ahead.
my toe.
All right, so you spider form, and everyone, I'm assuming, piles on, and
Yeah.
okay.
I'm going to miss it down here.
on. Either piles on, or she makes the web
The web
basket
net.
thing
The
again.
web basket. Okay. So, Rico climbs on back up out of the hole, which would be utterly terrifying to anyone that happened to be on the top side of said sinkhole. And sure enough, as you are heading towards the top with your many eyes and your ungodly perception, you do see a pair of legs dangling over the side, just gently swinging back and forth.
If she had saw the legs, she would, like, with the hole, if she saw the legs here, she would go to the other side to not, like, be right up the person's face.
Climb over there.
Missed opportunity.
You just
Look,
feel a
she
little
don't feel
pat
good, but
pat
she's
on your
not
back and
mean.
go, disappointed.
She is, like, one breath away from just kind of...
Don't do that.
When the hydraulics just give way. Actually, no, because you're a spider, you've got the spider's hit points, all things considered.
I think she means the exhaustion.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
exhaustion.
No,
So
I
you don't
think
feel
with
so
the
good.
I think with the new rules, you can get up to like 10 levels of exhaustion versus the normal
9.
6.
I think it's 9, 10.
I think
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. You can get up to 10. Like 10 is the final. You're done.
No, 6.
What?
It's saying 6.
Well, because it's not using the new rules on this one. Because that one's like 1 point of exhaustion is your movement speed is halved and all this other crap. We're doing the 10 points of exhaustion where each point of exhaustion takes 1 away from
I think
your
that's 1.
ability checks.
No, she's right. It's 6. It's just, it does exactly
Really?
what you said. Yes.
Oh,
she's
I thought it was
half
10.
dead.
Oh,
No, yeah,
fuck,
there's still
okay.
6 levels, but if you die, if you hit 6, you still die.
I might be thinking of the playtest rules then. So my mistake.
I'm glad the DM did like 6 levels of exhaustion. You won't die. Finds out. Bah.
Well, he is DM, so he's God.
Yeah. I say 10. So you scooch around to the other side and you keep coming up. For as large as you are, you're still very stealthy. And you're able to just get up there, and as the sun starts to really hit you, you hear a startled gasp from the legs. But that's about it. You climb up over the top, and all of you see Tanaka sitting at the edge of the sinkhole. And
Missed opportunity.
So we see him as we come out of the hole.
yes. And
So
Mariko, you would probably be the first to really notice with your spideriness and just your overall perception. There's another figure sitting maybe 30-40 feet away from the hole next to a campfire sitting on a rock.
Get out of the fucking frame, douche canoe.
Hello, Kyle.
I'm not waving at him.
So once Mariko gets everyone safely like on solid ground, she's gonna go back to her normal form and just face plant on the ground. She's tired.
Zaan will give an exasperated wave and is still holding Kasumi. Hope you were not waiting long.
Just overnight. Was not sure what I expected, but this is where the old man here said that you had gone back down, so...
Well, hopefully your whole problem is now solved. So, yeah.
Truthfully.
Zaan, like, gestures at the party, which has clearly just been through a, like, very rough time, himself included. It's just like, yeah.
Well, I'm going to assume that with my own knowledge of how you have handled yourselves in the past, that the fact that you are here and he kind of looks around at the rest of you, relatively one piece, that you are telling the truth.
Yeah. And, yeah, I need to lay down too. So I'm gonna flop on his back, plop Kasumi on his chest, and just breathe.
Hearing you say that, the figure sitting over by the fire stands up and raises his one good hand, and he waves over at you all. I have a nice warm fire here if you would join me. It's
Zaan starts like dragging himself with one arm on the ground over to the fire.
It's Joran, one of the villagers that you rescued from down below. He came back with Tanaka.
Which villager was he? Was he the?
He was
what-
one
what-
missing a hand.
Oh, okay.
The de facto
okay.
leader.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I got it. Yeah, Zaan will make his way that way, regardless of what anybody else is doing.
Mariko's not moving.
Okay. So Zaan eventually makes it over to the fire. The old man kind of tries to help prop you up in some way next to the rock, just to kind of get you from being totally covered in dirt. Tanaka kind of goes and checks on everyone, makes sure that there's no one having life-threatening issues. So you're all just kind of sitting down and trying to catch your breath, more or less.
Well, Zaan almost died twice, so yeah.
Yep.
I'm good.
Zaan just looks over at like it, just. It's like, how dare you exist?
Not my fault, really.
It's all your fault.
Rest to eat ones.
As you all sit and try to recuperate a little bit more, any other hit dice that people want to try to spend to get themselves back, or are you guys doing anything, or are you just resting?
I can't.
Yeah. Kasumi would like to use her time being a limp noodle to take a short rest.
Okay. So anyone that wants to roll hit dice to try to get some HP back, go ahead.
Oh, I get all my spells back.
I'll short rest just for the wild shape.
Oh, sweet. 29 points of healing.
Nice. Okay. As you all are laying down and recovering as best you can within such a short amount of time, those of you with higher perceptions, passive perceptions, you begin to feel the ground rumble slightly. It's very rhythmic, and it's very, very subtle.
There's two.
All right, I give up. Just let them kill me. I'm laying here until I die.
If I die, I die. I'm not moving right now.
I die. I'm going out the way I want
dead
to.
grasses surrounding this hole, you just see two fuzzy white middle fingers going, fuck it!
It's Ezekiel's horde. Take me, God!
Take me, Kadal, you wrinkly bitch!
Kasumi is going to crawl off of Zaan's lap, and still kind of curled up, she transforms back into human form. She's almost like in fetal position, like on the ground, just like hugging her knees. And she's like, so I really hope that doesn't mean that the ground's about to collapse from underneath us from all those giant holes.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Lincoln disappears. Okay.
I quite liked it down there.
You're strange.
Everything about you right now.
The rumbling is getting louder. It's getting not so much louder. You're feeling it more. Like it's a steady thump, 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 thump that seems to be getting more persistent and more noticeable by everyone.
Is that below ground or above ground?
Make a perception check.
While he's doing that, Mariko is going to sit up and just like kind of like rub her face, like, what now?
16.
16. You being the less... No, that's wrong. I was going to say you being the less dead of the bunch. It's like that is a completely like unfactual sentence. You being the least exhausted of the group. There we go. You peer around. You look down the hole. You don't see anything. You scan the horizon, and looking towards the east, you see just a mass of shapes, glittering red, moving towards you.
Riders approach.
Are they more of the creatures that we had to kill? I don't think I can kill
No.
anymore.
I believe they are Takatari and Royal Guard or something of that nature.
Ah, so they brought an army to kill us. Why?
This is it. The show.
They will need one.
He's coming to finish the job. Kill me.
I have a gun.
Points the gun.
Whoa!
Shoot me.
Shoot me, make sure to save one for yourself. The shapes
Tanaka.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say, Tanaka, are these more of your men?
He's still been laying by the side of the hole, thinking that you guys didn't really want him anywhere near you. But he finally gets up and stands and kind of like puts a hand over his eye or over his brow to kind of peer into the distance. I would probably assume that's the ones that are coming from my missive.
What missive did you send?
I relayed exactly what you told me, that there was something nasty down below and you were going in to take care of it. This would be the backup.
They
Ah,
arrived.
day late and $1 short.
Yeah, right on time. It's okay, so at least they didn't make the trip for nothing.
The red armor glints brightly in the sun. It's sometime in the morning. As I get a little bit closer, you can see that there are banners bearing the symbol of the Red Guard flying within the ranks over their heads. And towards the back of the marching group, there seem to be a handful of carriages behind them. As the guard get a little bit closer, Mariko, I'm assuming you're still laying down. So the only one that's really like up and looking and paying attention is probably
No, she sat
Lakin.
up.
Okay.
She sat up.
Okay. You spot in the front leading them is a much taller, I mean, they are heads taller than the others that he's leading. Bald head with tattoos. At the very least, it doesn't look like he's wearing any helmet. But but otherwise seems to be armored just like the others. And he's walking a good couple of paces in front of him, or in front of the rest of the Red Guard. There's probably a couple thousand Red Guards marching behind this figure.
Seeing as the walking is not getting any quieter, Zaan will cast Cure Wounds on himself to try to somewhat compose himself.
Honestly, thought you were about to say you were going to cast Cone of Silence so you could get some better sleep.
Gonna cast Banishment just so I can go home and exist in pain.
I'm done being here.
Okay.
Pez, are you loaded?
Always.
Just in case this turns south.
We don't really think we're gonna try to fight him, do we?
I don't want to fight more Redguard. We already got
No.
enough trouble for that.
No, Tanaka, go talk to them.
I'd be lying if I were to say that I wasn't interested in having you all greet this delegation.
Why?
Very well.
I grabbed
No.
Zaan by his ears.
Ah, no! Zaan will kick you in the face!
Like a cat just...
It is the
Butt
no-no
kicks.
zone.
What are you gonna do, little guy?
Zaan double foot kicks him in the face. Not even kidding.
Roll an attack. I heard that thud before I saw the thud.
Well, you're taking a guaranteed 4 damage. It's 20. They rolled a natural 20.
Of course you did. Yes, Mariko.
Don't even.
Mariko is going to look at Tanaka. It's like, fair warning, the thing that we fought down there exploded at the end and kind of like hit us with some kind of goop.
Yes, I
And
can
now I
smell
kind of
it.
feel like shit. I feel like shit right now.
Perhaps I should greet this delegation first, then.
That's a great idea.
I'm fine. I'll go with you, Tanaka.
Okay.
Now that you're standing, Zaan, let's go.
Zaan will begrudgingly go as long as Lakin has let go of his ears.
Yes, I let go of your ears after you kicked me in the face.
Yes.
Oh, such good friends.
Don't grab Bunny by the ears. That don't turn out good for nobody.
The three of you step away to somewhat greet this delegation. The figure in front of the Red Guard horde continues forward, and without any discernible visual or audible command, the other Red Guard stop. The droning noise of unison footsteps just ceases, and the bald Goliath of a man continues forward. Where the other Red Guards seem to be marching in, or had been marching in unison, one hand on the hilt of their swords, this figure is walking towards you holding a very large battle axe with a blade on one end, a hook beak on the other. The figure steps forward, and you can see it's a very tall, bearded Goliath, red tattoos going down both sides of his face and head from about midway on the skull down, disappearing into his beard. Gets a bit closer. He looks at the three of you. Tanaka almost folds in half for how low he's bowing. And the figure regards you. I expected to face monsters. What I find are prisoners caked in ash and filth. And their keeper, clean as a whistle. Tanaka doesn't get up from his bow, but he greets the figure. Taikoyama? I did not expect the Shogun to send you. The problem that I messaged you about seems to have been handled by these. And it's at this point that he finally straightens up and gestures to the two of you. Actually, is the three of you? Pez, are you still on his shoulders? Okay, three of you.
He's with me at all times.
Just checking. Didn't know if you wanted him to stay back to guard the ladies. So, The threat that required thousands of my men to march non-stop has been handled by 5.
Ta-da! Yeah, it sucked. It was genuinely a bad time.
What proof do you have?
Zaan gestures to himself.
Well, I mean, you can go look at the giant hole in the cave.
Cave.
That works. Yes, the hole back there we used to get to the big old... What, Pez, what was the faction called you guys said?
What, like the underground city where the people worship the crawling one?
The Duergar? The dwarf people.
Duergar.
Yes, that one. It's a giant Duergar city, which is now an even bigger hole inside of a bigger hole. Yeah. Listen, I don't like it either. Doesn't mean I'm gonna say anything else.
He starts striding towards you again. Tanaka gets out of the way and he walks straight between the two of you. He goes straight for the hole, gets to the edge, throws his axe head into the ground and peers over the down into the depths of it.
I kick him in. No, I don't.
This is Sparta.
This
Almost
is
killed me.
kobold!
What's his name again? Sorry.
Who?
The giant
Takayama?
Oh,
Goliath.
Taiko Yama.
was close.
Yama.
Taiko is a title, not so much a name.
So his name is Yama.
Yeah.
That literally means mountain.
Is he bigger than me?
You're kind of eye level. I mean, he's a Goliath.
Okay.
He's
okay.
he's
So we look each other in the eye.
Yeah. There's a time where, like, when he's done looking out of the hole and he turns back to see you, you see him kind of go like just a little bit, just a little bit higher than you.
Mortals.
So I have
We
no
need a lot of
proof
rope.
but your words.
You can take a lot of rope and go down.
Tanaka steps up at this point. I have written proof. I have seen what these are capable of. And I can vouch for them as much as it pains me to say that if they have returned, they would not have returned had they failed.
This is true. Rocasinians don't run from fights.
While they may have made some questionable choices, as far as I have witnessed, they have always upheld what they say they will do. Also, and Tanaka turns and gestures to the old man sitting by the fire, he just kind of looks up and goes, with his one hand. He's, a couple hundred feet away with Mariko and Kasumi still. That man was one of the ones swallowed by the original sinkhole and was rescued by these. Their stories corroborate, sir. You see Yama scrutinizing Tanaka for quite some time.
With his eyes, or is he, like, saying shit?
No, he's feeling him up and down. Scrutinizing is looking at him.
He's shaking him like a baby.
Grabbed him by his ankles. Tell me the truth!
Release your sweets!
Who does number 2 work for?
Do you want a sweet treat?
He scrutinizes Tanaka for a bit, just kind of staring at him and somewhat maybe searching for falsehoods. You are lucky I believe this man.
Lucky?
Yes.
Why? Just says to Lakin.
Why would we be considered lucky?
That's right. Leakin doesn't have a color.
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because I was given authority by the Shogun himself that if you had indeed done what Tanaka claims you had gone to do, that your debt would be paid in full.
Well, look at that.
He raises
Yay!
a giant of a hand, snaps
It's
his
a big hand.
fingers, and all 4 of your collars fall off.
Zaan has to dig his out of his fur and throw it on the ground.
You just see Mariko, oh thank god, and she's like itching at the skin that she couldn't get at before.
God, how funny that would have been if you had been a giant spider. Oh,
Just see it just like spit out from my forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spider's there's like.
Question.
Mhm.
How far away are they standing from where we're sitting by the fire?
40, 50 feet.
Kasumi's gonna stand up, grab the
Behave.
collar, walk over to the group of men, and without saying anything, and she's got a very blank expression on her face, she just drops the collar at their feet. I believe this is yours. And then she turns and walks away.
You take maybe 7 or 8 steps, and you hear a solid thunk. And then a clunk, very far away. Clunk, clunk. Tanaka kicked the collar down into the hole.
Oh.
She doesn't bother to look back to see what it is. But yeah, she just drops it at their feet and it says her comment and walks back to the fire.
Yama speaks up very loudly, his voice very loud, carrying, booming. Let it be known, the Tempests are free peoples. By order of the Shogun. His voice lowers again, and is looking at you 3 since Kasumi walked away. But do not mistake redemption for trust. You walk free, but watched.
That's fair. To be fair, I didn't.
you don't even know me.
Yeah, to be fair, he's not actually related to any of what happened. Like, to be fair. But no, he didn't trust his country anyways based off of what happened with Kasumi, so such is fair.
He grunts the one more time, picks his axe up out of the ground, takes about 20 steps away and starts giving orders towards the red guards that had come to a complete stop. Seems to have completely disregarded all of you, and he's now giving orders. The wagons begin to move forward as the red guards split ways, and lines of red guard soldiers start approaching the hole. And over the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, it looks like they're starting to prepare to descend into the hole themselves.
Mr. Type.
Echo Yama.
I'm gonna refrain from saying what I wanted to say really badly. Mr. Taiko Yama, the word about the village that we were at yet? Are
I want to go back to see them.
they alright? Are they
Want to ride a shark?
No.
I have
It would
only
be
just
faster.
arrived here.
Oh.
My orders were to investigate below the ground.
Okay, just be very careful. There are 2 caves that had, what the word we want to use? Offspring? Is that a good word for it?
They were recreated animated flesh monsters.
Yeah, that. And one giant hole where you'll probably see ruins of Duergar architecture. Maybe, if it's still there.
Use fire.
Hmm.
Should you come across the creatures?
I don't think they will, but
We don't know.
yes, it is fair. At least the
So
big thing.
caution.
Is all he seems to say to you. Not even just a non-verbal grunt.
It's a pleasure to meet you. If you got to run now, Tanaka, are you going to tag us to town anymore? Or you are good.
It seems to me that my job here is done. You are free.
Aw.
You do not need a babysitter.
Well, it was a pleasure. And Zaan will reach his hand out to shake it, if he will take it. His hand. That is. Hand. Oh, he rolled a die. I already know he ain't shaking that hand.
He does reach his hand out and take yours. He doesn't shake it. He just grasps it, looks you dead in the eye. I hope we never meet again. He lets go of your hand and he just starts walking back east.
Zaan runs after him, tackles, hugs him. No, yeah.
Fraggle, fraggle! Drop kick.
And here
Okay.
comes Zaan with the steel chair!
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! So, there is a flurry of movement as the expedition begins to work out how to get down through the sinkhole. Tanaka is walking away. Kasumi and Mariko are still sitting by the fire over by, what was his last name?
Jordan.
Yeah, Miguel. I was trying to think of his last name.
I never get his last name.
Oh, that's
Jordan.
a shame.
Should we start making our way over to the village so we can get some moss juice in us to cure us of whatever this is?
That and I need
Uh,
fluff back.
Oh, that's right.
I can
I
get
know.
us there quickly.
No, we are not doing sharks.
Why not?
Well, Pez and I could do sharks.
Zaan will
I
walk
don't
over
like
to-
the water.
Moriko, you've
Zero.
already gone through this before.
I don't know.
Can the
Come
portable
on.
hole be like tugged along like a balloon?
What?
I want to know the answer to this one.
Wait, what?
I don't know if it can move.
What portable hole?
Your
Your,
rope
your
trick.
rope trick thing.
Oh no, that's a hole into another dimension.
Yeah, but can we drag it along like a little paraglider?
No.
Oh.
It's like if you were to just like cut out a hole and access another dimension there, and then it closes itself.
I'm waiting because somebody's reading.
Moriko,
What?
after everything that you've faced in the past few days, you still fear the thing that creates life amongst this entire landscape.
I fear the ocean is what I fear. I don't like open water. Ponds I can handle. Open water? Fuck no.
But the ocean is just a really large pond.
That's insanely deep
Technically,
and
it's a
very
gulf.
treacherous. And will drown and kill you the second that you let it.
Well, yeah, but just so will giant sinkholes in the earth, but we went down one of those.
I can't swim?
I mean,
You
neither
don't
can I.
need to. I won't let you fall.
I don't care how we get there, but I don't want to move anymore. And Kasumi goes into fox form and is just full splooted on the grass, like
Shark it is!
Zaan will pick up the Kasumi.
Fine, if we're doing this, she's gonna wild shape into a moth cat and just like
Do you have wild shape uses left?
she short rested.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay.
So she's gonna wild shape into a moth cat and just like burrow her way into one of Pez's bandanas and just latch.
So Mariko wild shapes into a moth cat, crawls onto Pez's neck, unties a bandana, ties it around ties it around herself.
Because she knows Lakin will not risk losing the kobold, so kobold is lifeline.
Backpack has a backpack.
Backpack squared.
Fine, let us go. I need to rest. I am tired.
All right. We head towards the water.
Just writing down backpackception real quick. All right. So you head back towards the Kudong Harbor. Joran snuffs out the little campfire that he made and joins you back on your journey. Just kind of chatting, keeping you up to date. Most everyone that you rescued has gone their separate ways. They've seem to be fully recovering or on the way to recovering. Kasumi, the gentleman that you had tried to break out of his shell, he informs you that he is now verbal again, talking a little bit more as time goes on, being back on the surface and, getting some healing has helped him quite a bit, but he's still just a little bit off from what he was before. But once you get to the water's edge, Joran shakes your hands if you take them, maybe gives a little scritch for those that are in animal form if they allow him, thanks you profusely, and otherwise doesn't really hinder your journey back.
Yavor and Rokasi, look me up.
It might be a little bit more difficult since I can no longer be, a deckhand.
No, technically you can be a deckhand.
He holds a stump up. I am flipping you off right now.
Gasp. You cheeky fuck. Be safe.
Safe journeys, safe travels.
Farewell, Joran.
All right.
I like that old man.
Yeah, he's better than you. Now ferry me, I'm tired.
Shark.
Is anyone
Yes.
is anyone really old compared to Lakin at this point?
I think I'm young, but I know very little about my backstory, so I could be old, but I doubt it.
Same.
You're an
Well, at least I
elf.
don't
Probably
remember
like,
I don't
it's
remember
like
my age.
300,
I don't remember my
400.
age.
It's
I will
really weird.
summon my shadow shark.
Wait, what?
He summons his
What's
shark.
really? Oh no, you said something.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I decided against it. So Lakin summons his shark.
Shadow shark. Shadow shark.
Which for Mariko is meow, 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 meow.
Just like squeaking in Pez's ear.
I was about to say, does it make meows or does it moth sound, which is just large angry squeaks?
You ever heard a squeaky meow from a cat? It's like that.
Me?
Yeah, sort of similar, a little bit higher pitched than that though.
Because cats can squeak.
I move Pez around to my chest, button up my jacket so his head is sticking out and the moth cat's head sticking out.
It's a baby carrier inside of a baby carrier. Baby carrier reception.
And we go action dash.
There's a small, very, very small gathering around the pier of people stopping their work as this undead shark appears and people get on top of it and then just off they go. All right.
Mariko's claws are in Pez's bandana.
Cat out the window, squinty eyes, and Fluff is straight back. All right. So you spend the next half an hour or more going full tilt on this shark back towards Calm Water Piers. having not been super terribly familiar with the area, even though Mariko, you know which direction is north, knowing the landmarks of the places on the surface is a little bit tricky, since the villages tend to butt up against each other, and the dividing line of where Maple Sands and Calm Waters start and end is just kind of an amorphous blur to you being an outsider.
But we'll be able. Would we be able to see the cart over top the buildings? Like, is the cart taller than the buildings, or?
Taller than some of them, but it's on the complete backside of the village. However,
it was a thought.
However, the cherry blossom tree outside of the Ito's home is right by the dockside, and that is your landmark. So you are mostly unaware overall of where you are going. You're just hoping that you're going to be able to see the bright pink cherry blossoms, and you do. As you approach at, mock Jesus on a shark, you see that there is a small little skiff, little dinghy, and Haru is standing in it and seems to be preparing or putting away. He's working in it in some way, shape, or form. The noise causes him to look up, and you see a moment of mild panic until he sees the familiar visage of the undead orc and the kobold head sticking out here. Can't see Zaan behind, the orc girth, but generally seems to be less panicky, and he kind of stands up in the skiff and he raises the hand and waves super energetically at you. Lakin, how do you approach? Do you beach the shark, or how do you
So the shark will kind of leap up out of the water over the land and will turn into a shadowed mist so that I land on my feet onto dry land.
Zaan, make a dexterity saving throw. Since I saw you look, I was gonna let it go. I was gonna let it go and just have it happen, but you looked.
My reaction. 8. Wait, no. 6. Fucking exhaustion.
So, Lakin, you land with your 2 charges. You hear a heavy thud behind you as Zaan slams into your back and falls flat on his back. Kasumi, you go sprawling from Zaan's hands as he just collides with the back of Lakin and tumbles.
Don't kick me.
Your ass.
No, you're on your ass.
Pick me up by my heels. I'm dead.
All right. I reach down and pick you up.
How do you pick me up?
The tail.
By your hand.
Oh, okay, that's much better.
By your ass.
Get a handful of rabbit ass.
Rabbit
It's gonna
ass.
be you're gonna use 2 hands for that ass, but
Once they're on,
the DM's just like, I'm not doing this.
once they're on dry land, Mariko is going to extricate from Pez's clothing, get down on the ground, and wild shape back.
Okay. You come back to your normal human shape. Haru is busy tying a few more things down on his little dinghy and comes down the pier towards you. The first thing a lot of you really realize or notice is there's a bit more of a buzz around this part of the village where it was dead quiet and you were hearing coughing and sneezing occasionally. There's a low thrum of general life happening around. There's talking, there's laughter, there's the sound of things being moved and hammers supposedly hitting nails of some sort. The village has healed to some extent. And Haru runs up behind you, looking just excited as can be. You're alive? That's great.
You thought we were gonna die?
I saw the thing.
Mariko's legs are still shaking from the fact that she had been on open water.
Yeah, you're real brave. Oh god.
I don't suppose this town has an inn or beds.
We have
Or more
the
of that
cart
moss juice.
here.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I'm sure you'd be more than welcome in our home. And he points to the house that's like 20 feet away.
We have Zakat here. I forgot Zakat. We can move his cart here. Can the cart get here?
The reason you
walk
left the
to the
cart at
cart.
the outskirts is the roadways were a bit too narrow for it.
It's up to you guys.
Kazumi's gonna shapeshift back into her human form, but she's gonna be laying like flat on her back. And she's just like, I don't think I want to walk at all today.
Or ever.
There is no need. We can rest here.
Yes, please.
We need to heal. We've got whatever it was that was getting passed around down there.
The itis.
I will go to the church. The rest of you stay here.
Wait, are we sure that's what they had?
I don't know, but we have
It's worth a
something.
shot.
Oh, that's a good point. Sure.
I will go to the place where we had the brood of the potion of the moss.
Really weird way to phrase it, but I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Listen, I'm not really alive. Alright? It's hard for me. My brain is actually rotten.
No, literally, there's a worm in there. I call him Gerald.
See, he'll poke out behind my eyeball.
No.
I've seen this before.
Just no.
Great movie.
I'm good.
Okay, so Lakin heads on into the village center looking for the temple that you had met Orohime at. The other four of you. Well, actually, that's the question. Is Pez, are you staying with the injured, or are you going with Lakin?
I'll stay with the injured.
Okay, so Lakin's going solo.
Going solo.
All right. So we'll go with the four of you for now. Mariko, Kazumi, Pez, Zaan, you four follow Haru towards his home. There is a pleasant aroma coming from within. Something's being cooked.
How pleasant.
Your stomach starts to growl. You've been kind of eating mostly just your regular rations, hardtack, jerky, food to help you get by, but nothing that's been like properly home cooked for a while. He slides the front door open, and stepping within, you see a few changes. Tamami is in the kitchen, seeming to prepare something. The father is sitting in the cooking sitting area, and he seems to be stoking a small fire, keeping it lit. The mother is sitting up in the bed, looking awake and alert. Stepping in, you hear a clatter as Tamami drops the spoon she was using. Mariko, you get like, have you ever been hit in the side of the head with a really small pillow?
Yes.
Fluff.
Mariko's immediately just cuddling Fluff. She's like, oh, thank God you're still okay.
What would have happened to Fluff?
You shut your mouth.
Fluff is in a nice house.
She's just ignoring Zaan and just like, she kneels
Oh,
down and
so
she's
when I'm wrong,
nuzzling
you don't
Fluff.
say anything, but when I'm wrong, you give me shit. I see how it is.
Middle finger.
You hear a little bit of a sniffle and the soft little feet of Tamami running up towards you all, and you all get like little leg hugs from the small elven girl, just going from one to the other. She's like, thank you for bringing Haru back. I know he's stupid, I know he's dumb, but I'm glad he's back. And you just hear
It's
like
okay.
what?
Haru, don't feel bad. You're probably not as dumb as us. It's all right.
You're not dumb, you're just slightly dense.
I am not.
Not you.
Oh,
Kasumi does take a second to put her mask back on. And it's primarily because she is concerned of what they got down in the hole.
Oh, your bandana thing. Got it.
Her face mask, yeah.
Okay.
Because she sees that they're all healing and feeling better, and she's just terrified.
It is good to see you all again. Haru told us as best he could of your adventures down there, but up to a point, it was left to question if you would return.
oh. People didn't believe it. To be fair, I wouldn't believe in us either if I was you. Never mind. I guess I can't really be that upset.
To be fair, there's very few in this country who would be able to tackle such a thing as what Haru described to us.
To be fair,
please have a seat. We have tea. Tamami was making us some rice cakes for lunch. Please stay, relax.
Are you guys feeling better?
Exponentially so. I have been able to. And he kind of like looks over at Tamami, who's like had gone back into the kitchen, and she kind of peers out and like holds the spoon up towards him. It's like, I have been resting.
Good.
How is the significant other doing?
Ask her yourself.
What do I address her as again? I'm sorry.
This is my wife, Ayami. You see a very pale-skinned elven woman, long, dark black hair. Still a little bit messy. It doesn't look like she's been out of the bed terribly much. Certainly not enough to really kind of clean herself up. But she is awake and alert, and she has not taken her eyes away from Moriko.
Yeah, I was about to ask, does Zaan recognize
Mariko,
any
like, slightly,
facial
like,
features?
side-eyeing.
Say that again,
Best
Zaan.
side eye.
Does Zaan recognize any
Bombastic.
similar facial features between certain party member and this mother?
Make an
Looks a lot
investigation
like
check
Lincoln.
for me.
Awesome! I can't wait. This can't go wrong in any way, shape, or form.
Clearly
It
part of
could.
relative.
One minus 2.
You
No.
You were
Natural one.
offered food and drink, and you sat your ass down and started drinking. You haven't really had the Takatari drink, the sake, very much, at least not since you were in Aslan at that one inn. But you are really enjoying it right now. And you just kind of forgot to do literally anything else.
Riko's going to
Awesome.
look over to Ayami and just do a little kind of awkward wave.
She is looking at you and almost seems to not even be blinking, and she kind of raises a hand and like does a come here motion.
She's gonna quietly comply, because this is the woman that she's been wanting to meet, so she doesn't want to fuck this up, but she's also really tired. Thank you. Welcome.
You get closer, and it's like looking into a mirror. A slightly less pink mirror, but there's no words. There's a look of disbelief, a hand comes up and rests on your arm, moves up to your face, kind of like pulls at your cheeks a little bit, turns your head to the side to see your ears, and a hand goes through into your wild hair. And you just hear the softest questioning whisper. Olivia?
Honestly, I don't know, but I really hope so. I don't remember.
Every part of me is saying that you are the one that I lost.
All I remember is a boat, waves, darkness, and waking up on a shore alone.
So Seto did not take you away from us fully. And she just hugs you, pulls you in close, just weeping.
Mariko is just like stock still, wide eyes, and tears just nonstop.
As the crying happens, because I don't want to get to that point,
Please don't.
we'll shift for a moment to Lakin. So Lakin, having no idea that the heartfelt reunion has happened,
I already know.
you
I know everything.
you head to the temple and you find Otohime. She seems far less distressed, a lot more calm and well put together, and she sees you and just seems genuinely pleased. Hello. It is good to see you back. And she kind of is like looking around at your various scars and in one piece.
Few needed to be sewn back on, but yes, more or less.
She kind of gives you another better once over. Just, oh my god. Adam, you've done a good job, it seems.
One of my companions, with a steady, dexterous hand.
Begrudgingly.
Shut up, you're not there. Well, what can I help you with today? I see you are by yourself.
My allies, they are ill from what we face down below. And I was wanting to know if you had 4 of those moss potions.
I certainly have plenty. You brought me so much. I was able to stretch it far more than I would have expected. This is some really incredible stuff. And she goes and she grabs 4 of them in her tiny little dwarven hands and holds them up to you. I wish you luck with these. If there are complications, please come let me know. I will do everything that I can.
And the villagers are making a full recovery?
Yes, there are some that are a bit slower to heal, more of the elderly, but for the most part, yes.
Good. Good. My companions will want to hear that. Well, Madame Otohime, it was a pleasure to assist you in your village.
I can never express how thankful I am that you came. They would have surely perished, myself included.
Well, you don't have to worry about that.
Well, go. Help your
All right,
friends.
fine. I teleport.
It's like, fine, bitch. Okay. I'm assuming you're just going like
60 feet per round. Yep.
Okay. I love the idea of just hearing that sound approaching. Just
Startling at least one small child.
Yeah.
Hello.
No,
Be
you
not
should lean
afraid. He bamps away. You hear a cry. Bamps back. I said, be not afraid. Bamps back again.
down. They'll never
No
believe
one will
you.
believe you.
Just takes the kid's apple and just hang. Okay. So after plenty of tears have been shed at the Ito home, the father Kaito had come up and joined the hug. Haru and Tamami didn't really know what to do. They don't quite understand the significance of what's happening at the moment. It's just kind of wordless joy. So eventually Tamami comes out and she has a tray of little triangular rice cakes and some tea. And just is looking at the three of you crying on her parents' bed and looking at Haru, who's just kind of like, I don't know.
Zaan just waves at Haru, gestures for him to come over.
He goes and helps Tamami carry the tray back, but he sets it down and sits next to you. Yeah.
Probably want to go hug him too. I'm like 9.9. I'm very sure I know what they just came to realize, and that tree outside is kind of a giveaway. Something long lost coming home.
I don't. What?
Moriko's probably your sister.
Huh?
Zaan puts his hand on his back and shoves him towards the.
You shove him out of his seat and up onto his feet towards his parents. And he just kind of stands there awkwardly, looking at them, looking back at Zaan. Does anyone want to fill us in what the crying and the hugging, and he just gets yoinked in by his mom. It's just like, like his face is right against yours, Marika, and he's like, what's going on?
Too much love! Too much love!
Tamami doesn't feel like being left out, so she just kind of goes and jumps in and just hugs. She doesn't know why, she just wants to hug.
And Fluff had been in Mariko's hair but got squidged and is now on top of Mariko's head.
Just hissing and bapping at Haru. Just a little bit more time goes by, and Kaito's the first to kind of pull away. Ayami doesn't seem to be very eager to let go of you. She kind of just like forces you to sit next to her. This Moriko is our firstborn, Olivia, that we thought we had lost long before any of you were born, or even not terribly before you were born, Haru. I do suppose there's some explanation needing to be told.
That and how old am I? I didn't really keep track where I was.
If my math is correct, you should be in your 80s or 90s at this point.
Oh, I'm young.
So, Tamami, please, some tea. And he goes and follows her and like ushers her forward. She's kind of like looking really confused at her dad, back to you, and then looking at her skin and looking back at you and looking back at him, just be like, hey. Just not really putting two and two together. But he does put her to work with passing out some tea. And once everyone has something to snack on, something to eat, Lake and you into the front doorway with your vials. The first thing that you really see is Ayami is sitting on the bed and is just kind of fussing with Mariko's hair because it's kind of wild and bleh. So she's trying to fix it and all of that. So you appear at the door. What are you doing, sir?
I will look over at Pez. I'm assuming you're by the doorway.
Locked and loaded.
And I will lower down the 4 potions to you. And then, without saying a word, I'll walk back outside and sit by the cherry tree.
I pass out the 3 other potions, keep one for myself because I ain't sick, and I'm gonna do stuff with it.
My.
That's
Kasumi
ominous.
wastes no time and immediately takes the potion.
Same.
How does it taste?
Mossy.
Probably like earth.
It's
Mossy.
It has an earthy taste to it, but there's also a bit of a chaser of sweet behind it. It's kind of like you got hit really, really hard with like antibiotic liquid shit, and then there's something that comes in after that kind of makes that slowly melt away over time.
Lemongrass.
This tastes weird.
Not the weirdest thing I've tasted.
Shut
I
up,
don't
candle
think
liquor.
It's supposed to taste good. You don't taste medicine.
I am a
the
priest. I
flavor.
heal myself. I don't take medicine.
How do you heal yourselves from diseases?
Don't get diseases until now.
You find
Well,
plants
dude.
that help you.
Zaan crosses his arms and is not going to openly admit that she's fucking right, but no. I'm always okay.
Okay. As everyone kind of settles down, Kaido takes another sip of his tea. I suppose I should start by saying that my real name is not Kaito, and neither is hers, Ayami. I am known as Bara, and she is Leandra. We once lived in Alari Dorai, the Elven City. We were well respected in society, both masters of our craft, with clockworks, both magical and non. We were blessed with our first child, Olivia, and we lived a happy life on the outskirts of the kingdom. We elves normally find it difficult to have children, and those of us that are lucky enough to conceive are only permitted to have one, due to the lack of space within our realm and our longer lifespans. Unfortunately, when Leandra became pregnant with Haru, we made the difficult decision to leave Alari Dorai, as we did not want to lose our second. Unfortunately, when we decided to leave, in our haste, we made the error of not providing a proper tribute to Seto. And we incurred the wrath of the goddess.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you don't pay, you sink.
It was a very, very harsh lesson for us. We thought we had lost Olivia. The storm that came through, it tossed our boat, and Seto was kind enough to save our lives, and even taunted us, saying that our daughter was the tribute. We changed our names upon settling down to the Itos. Soon after, we had Haru. He was healthy, hale. We were happy, but it was sad at the same time. We knew our little Olivia loved to see the cherry blossoms, so we planted one in her honor, and we have been tending to it since. Eventually, we had Tamami. She will be 30 in a few years' time. And we have had a life here in the Kudong Harbor, fixing reels, lines, nets. But we had no way of knowing that our little Olivia was actually still alive. But please do not let me dwell on our past mistakes. We are more than overjoyed. I would love to hear anything and everything you have to tell us. And he seems to be looking at you specifically, Mariko, but he's not. He doesn't seem to be leaving it to just you. It sounds like he wants to hear more stories from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Zaan, you seem eager to cut in line. I'm not going to tell stories. That's just Mariko to tell. So wait, you're telling me the little girl who just cooked is 1 year younger than me?
We elves age a little bit differently than other species.
Okay. So I'm just going to go back to drinking.
We do not generally reach adulthood until somewhere in our 60s to 70s is when we mature.
I see.
Mariko, you're starting to feel little bits of tugging from behind. Seems your mother's trying to braid your hair a little bit. She's just trying to get like literally as much hands-on time with you as possible. She is trying to tidy you up.
She's letting her, but she's not really used to it, so she's like, ow. Ow.
You're dirty. Let me clean you.
Every now and then she just gets the hit mom spit.
Gross.
Either wash your face yourself or mom's gonna do it. I'm just saying.
Mom spit cleans everything.
Fluff's hiding spot is slowly decreasing and just getting a little more paps at mom hands.
Mariko's just gonna gently take Fluff and hold Fluff in her hands. Like, well, I can at least say for myself, where I ended up washing up was the Tempests Mountains. And I was in the Utiko region, which is the water elemental's domain, and I somehow managed to not make their bad list and was able to live alongside them without much issue. So long as I didn't mess with them, they didn't mess with me. It was kind of a mutual respect. And eventually I learned how to live alongside the nature and the elemental energies within the area, and that's kind of why I'm pink now. I don't remember what I looked like before, but now I'm pink, and everyone makes me feel weird about it.
It's a lovely
She looks at
color.
Zaan.
To be fair, I think you probably look just like her. It's such points at your mom.
You hear from behind you. It's a lovely color. It suits you.
And surviving there, I was scared. I didn't really trust anyone or anything other than Fluff once I found her. And I became kind of a urban legend to the area. I would try to help the people that were there, the Aslan people, because they weren't trying to hurt the nature, they weren't trying to hurt the elementals, they were trying to do other things and coincide. But it was when these interlopers started attacking, pilfering, and just being negligent that I had to start showing myself more And that's when I found this lovely group of people and started to learn how to people again. And that's where I got the name Mariko. That's the name the Aslan people gave me. Mariko the Silent Blossom.
I wonder what Rico means. I was ever to give it to you.
Forest Child. That's Sarah speaking. It means Forest Child in Japanese.
Ah.
What does Zaan mean?
Idiot.
Bunny.
God hates me.
Does anyone else want to share a story?
I'm not there.
I was asking other people that are sitting here staring blankly at the camera.
Well,
Let's
I mean,
go.
my family were dragonborn. I'm not a dragonborn. I was named by one of my sisters after one of their pets. My name literally just translates to fish.
It's on your turn. Go.
Hate that I just looked up what the word Zaan means. I'm just from Rokusing. I have no discernible origin that needs to be known. I think. They just just happened to be Kievis's group due to some circumstances. Oh, and I'm a priest.
What about the lady?
What?
Yeah, Kasumi, tells them who you are.
They were sharing stories of their past.
Oh, Sumi looks a little visibly nervous all of a sudden.
Yeah, tell them who you are, huh?
My name is Kasumi. And I actually grew up in Takatari. And I grew up in a little village that's not too far from the mountain line.
Which village, if I might ask you?
Great question. I was actually trying to look that up in my notes. I can't find the
Sorry, I
name.
didn't mean to put you on the spot.
For some reason, Chunsu.
Is that by a coast stand?
No, it's Chunsu is the capital city. You are from the Tusoto Pass.
Okay, I don't know why I couldn't find that in my notes. Okay. The Tusoto Pass.
I know of that place. I have not been, though.
I unfortunately haven't been there in some time now, and originally that we were gonna try to go back there.
What do you mean originally? They're totally still going there.
I guess it'd be easier to do now.
Well, my main concern is a certain Kenku who needs to die.
Let's not cause more trouble here, please.
Kenku that needs to... Oh. On our way out.
Which Kenku are we talking about?
The one that was
Creepy one.
taunting Kasumi.
Oh, that guy. I remember that guy.
I remember. You remember?
Yeah.
I was there.
Later.
Well, you all seem exhausted. Please make use of my home. Rest, relax. We will make all the space and help you with anything you may need.
Haru.
Yeah, well, hi.
You wouldn't happen to have anything I can use to crush diamonds, would you?
I catch fish.
That's a question.
I mean, we have some Dad, we have some hammers, right? And Kaito, we do have some hammers, but I don't know if any would be capable of smashing a diamond.
Also, I'm right here. I can do it.
You're going to tell me crush diamonds later.
What are you looking down at? I'm the same height as you.
You're going to help me crush diamonds later. I thought you were on the floor and I was sitting on a chair. I don't know.
What you fail to understand is Zaan hasn't been able to look straight in any direction since they got back. He's so out of it.
He's in a state.
No, you're in a country. Takatari doesn't have states.
I hate you.
I kinda wanna
Geography,
watch-
idiot.
Why not intensity of 1,000 suns do I hate you right now?
Yeah, but it was kind of funny.
Is there a bathhouse in this village?
Please say yes.
I was just gonna go calf deep into the water and just flounder.
No.
But I need to be clean.
Unfortunately, not in this particular part of the harbor. We are mostly just fishermen.
I'm used to that smell. Sounds gonna take one of the rice thingies and eat it.
It's pretty good.
How many are there?
It's not meat, but it's good food.
And how many are there?
There's enough for... She was only making them initially for the 4 of them to have. So there's maybe 8.
Is there a place where we can buy food in town?
Haru, were you not about to go fishing? Okay. Yes. And he stands up and goes outside. Might take him a bit, but the boy's good.
We also have food at the cart, which I assume we're going to tomorrow,
Yes.
and a bath.
We have a bath
You
in
have a
Zakat.
bath? Well, I mean, for Pez, it's a sink, but it's Pez sized, so.
Well, if it's
Technically
sized,
speaking.
I can fit it in if he can fit it.
I could have sworn there was a bath at the second story.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
We don't have any plumbing.
Pez? We can figure out how to put a bath in that cot.
Yeah.
This is the greatest bath that will ever be known.
It'll need diamonds, crushed diamonds.
Inlays. Lakin, you see Haru coming out of the home, and as he's passing by, he just kind of points towards the pier. He's like, I'm gonna catch some fish. I'm not gonna leave sight of the pier, though.
You want some assistance?
They all seem pretty hungry, so if you're... Sure.
I will
Fishing
help.
buddies.
Come on. He goes and he hops in the dinghy and you... Or do you get on the shark?
Oh, God.
I make the shark appear.
Gotta scare away the fish.
I'm faster than the fish.
They can run.
Can they?
No, they can't. They can only swim.
All right. Is there anything special you want to do for catching the fish? What's your method here?
I'm gonna go really fast underwater.
Mhm.
The shadow shark is going to open up its mouth and then
Mhm.
close its mouth around the fish.
You're gonna corral them towards
I'm
the
going
boat.
to corral them towards the boat and get lots of fish.
Okay. Haru gets out there. You are gone. He's like, I thought he said he was gonna help me. He rows out like a couple 100 yards from the pier, and he's sitting there, and he just throws his line out, and he just seems to be in pure bliss. Like, this is his element. This is what he does, and he's relaxed. He hasn't seen you. You're fucking dead or something, but he's like, I'm catching some fish, damn it. Do you like come up and like deposit them? Like, how are you getting them to him?
So the shark will leap up over the boat, open up its maw, and release its catch onto the boat, and then dive back into the water.
Oh no!
With me riding on top of it, holding on to a shadow chain.
Like rodeo style.
Yeah.
The last thing you hear before you dive back into the water is, oh no, and just
I don't think he's gonna be asking for help anymore.
roll a d12 for me.
A D12.
A d12. Two. You got two really big fish on that first go around. How many passes are you thinking you're gonna do to try to help a brother out?
I'll probably do 3 or 4.
Okay, roll 3 more d12s for me, just to see how many fish you're able to get.
$25 total.
25 total. So the second pass, as you're jumping out of the water, you hear, oh, come on. And then boosh. The third pass, that's enough. And the fourth pass, he's like rowing his ass off. He doesn't want anything more to do with this. And you do another pass, and he's just like, stop. But eventually, you both get back to shore. You're soaking wet. He's soaking wet and covered in fish and just looks haggard. But he, you know, he gets the fish. He grabs a net and kind of like hooks him into it in like one of the baskets. And he's kind of grumbling to himself. Drags the basket back inside. You just see the mom and the dad just looking at him confused, and he just goes, I did not fall in. And he just goes into the kitchen area and he starts to like descale and prep the fish with tamami. Eventually they're able to cook some pretty good fish fillets. Is there anything anyone wants to do as we kind of wrap up the day?
Zaan wants to fish once. When you're done.
Mariko wants to find out what color she originally was before the pink.
She just kind of gestures at Ayami. Somewhere between myself and Tamami, I would think. But it's been so long. We didn't take much with us when we left. It was very sudden. It was we would either be forced to lose you, and we couldn't even consider that as an option. So we grabbed some food and we left.
I will be honest. After we finished our duties in Aslan and we were heading this way, I had tried to meditate to try and regain some memories at all, but I ended up connecting with Aaron, and Aaron gave me a vision of the bay, the water receding, famine, and that's kind of what pointed us in this direction.
You hear Ayami first. I never stopped praying to Aaron, though we have put some of our devotion towards Shenshei. I was mostly praying for your soul's safe handling, that Aaron was doing right by you. But now I see that she was doing more than what I thought.
She referred to me as the lost child, and it confused the heck out of me for the longest time.
Well, to be fair, to us you were lost for over 70 years. So it was not an untruth.
True.
Well, eat up. Aru apparently caught more than what we thought he would. There's soft grumbling from the kitchen area, but no real words said. All right, anyone else got anything?
I fish once.
Yeah, you can go fish. Haru is able to get you a really decent rod and reel.
I don't need Haru's rod and reel.
Well, he hears you wanting to go fish, and he just instinctively goes to give you one.
Oh, Haru, you actually enjoy seeing this. Come, watch me fish.
I'm done with fishing for today.
No. You'll want to see this. We're not going onto the water. It's okay.
Eh.
Come on. We'll go outside the house just so it's safe.
Heh. And like, he says this, and you can see that he doesn't want to go, but his feet make him go.
Zaan pulls out his rod. So this is how I fish.
This is a rod.
Now, Haru, watch very closely. Zaan reels back and casts the worldly fisher into a hole.
Yep, you cast the line, and it disappears into a portal, and you just hear him go, huh? Okay, let me find a thing real quick, because I think...
And it's a kraken.
I hope not.
I think.
And it's a megalodon.
Where's the fucking map?
Hold, please.
The world map?
Giant squid.
Squib.
Hunter shark. A whale.
It'll
There
be a
we
whale with a
go.
tail.
What's a whale of a tail? That's so lyrical.
2... Roll a d8 for me.
I just threw that right off my desk.
Yeet.
7.
7. Okay.
God, why do I feel bad about this?
You cast the line, and you sit there with Haru, and you're kind of explaining to him how the rod works, and you feel that you get a bite. You start to reel it in, and you pull it through the portal. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
I'll get sucked into another portal.
It was actually not to our -2. 16.
16.
17.
Okay. You pull a fish through, and you're excited. But then you realize that the fish has a lot of spines on it.
Ugh.
And you quickly sidestep along with Haru, just kind of like splitting the difference, and it lands in a flop on the ground beside you. It's very bright, it's very colorful, and those spines look really nasty.
Is that just poisonous? Or is it venomous? They never really know.
If it bites you, it's venomous. If you bite it, it's poisonous. I'm not biting that.
Oh, Zaan very carefully takes it and throws it in the water. And that is how I fish.
Yeah, your friend fish is weird too.
What did he do?
Shark.
Oh, so that's cheating.
It's also very messy.
Oh. Bezlekin.
I am standing out in the water, up to my waist, just facing out into the harbor with my hood up.
Okay. Are you doing anything particular or just stargazing? Or I guess afternoon sun gazing at this point in time? Yeah. Okay. Just enjoying the day.
Lakin.
Warriors on.
Is the sun big and bright enough for you to keep staring into that general area?
Just thinking.
About?
It doesn't really matter.
Never really matters. It doesn't answer my question, though.
Well, indifference and suspicion are often the same thing. What do you require?
Those were both words that I'm struggling to remember the meaning of.
There was actually a bunch of words.
Yes, thank you. This is my problem. I am very basic.
It's not my fault you can't count. Haru goes back inside.
Ouch, my feelings. So, what you thinking about? Even if it doesn't matter.
Maybe later.
Okay. I might go in and lay down now.
Does she look happy?
Who? Oh, Moriko. Yes. Lots of tears.
Good.
Oh, you're thinking about your family, aren't you?
Ha!
Yeah, I knew you were thinking about your family. Caught you red-handed. Do you miss your family?
I don't remember them.
Oh, that dampens the mood quite a lot.
I often show others a path that I am not allowed to walk myself.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, on so many levels, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. It's not just, like, awkward smiling this whole time. Like...
You cannot stop what is.
Dad, don't tell me that. Do you know what I is? Apparently, according to Mariko's Stone of Wonders that she was talking to earlier, apparently I'm the same color on that stone as whatever the thing we killed is, which makes me feel super great.
You are Zaan, a warrior of Rokusin, and that is enough for me.
Yeah. Glad.
Go lay down.
All right.
Need it.
Zaan walks back in and lays down wherever he's able to. Obviously, he's not going to shove anybody out of the way.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do before turning in for the night? Okay. You all are able to find very, very restful sleep within the Ito household. You all get a long rest, and those of you with points of exhaustion will lose a point of exhaustion. And that's where we're going to take a quick break. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Don't go too terribly far. And we are back. So, last we left off, everyone was taking a long rest inside the Ito household. this? Yes. Kasumi, Mariko, and Zaan.
Mm-hmm.
Your maximum HP is reduced by another 9 points. You feel less tired, but not well.
Okay.
As this is
You are all woken up by the sounds of Tamami and Haru busying themselves in the kitchen, trying to have whispered words as the very crowded household is littered with extra bodies. Tamami is kind of fixing something for Haru real quick, and he seems to be eager to get out and fish properly. And soon he's stepping around as gingerly and quietly as possible. Any of you that are a little bit more of a light sleeper might see him stepping in very specific places to keep from floorboards creaking. Tamami has no such subtlety. She is in the kitchen and she's clanging things together as she's trying to prepare some tea to get some breakfast stuffs made. Soon the home starts to smell very nice. There's more fish that Lakin caught the day before being cooked up. But the day is yours. What would you all like to do?
to do something, but I have to find it first. Not here. Why is it not here?
Mariko. How are you feeling this morning?
Not as tired, but still not great.
So it's not just me.
Nope.
You said that the parents, were they walking around?
They're both still in bed.
Okay.
You hear the occasional stirring, but they were sick for a very long time, and while they are healing, their energy is not that high. So they're still resting a little bit.
I wonder. I mean, we had the medication yesterday, but I feel like we're not going in the right direction.
Yeah.
I wonder if we need to go talk to our friend that made the medication.
I think what we fought was the source of all the sickness in the country.
Yeah.
So does that mean we need to have a more potent potion or something?
Maybe?
I don't like not feeling at my best.
So we're going to the place to get more moss juice.
See if maybe she can take a look at us and diagnose us and tell us if it's the same thing.
Okay. The thing that I was gonna do with my potion that I don't need to drink was put it in the potion pouch and see if it duplicated itself.
Oh, Mr.
Oh,
Bottle?
that's right. Mr. Bottle. Reiko's gonna pull out Mr. Bottle.
Well, hello there.
Oh god, I forgot his name. I forgot his voice.
It's been quite some time since you pulled me out. How are you?
Not great.
Ooh.
Not my parents, though.
Well, that is fantastically terrible.
We were wondering if you'd be able to replicate this potion. She's gonna direct Mr. Bottle towards Pez.
Bottoms up. Ah.
Glug glug glug.
Ooh. Oh. Earthy, tasty, sugar, sweet. I like it. Let me see here. Why, yes, I do believe I can definitely replicate this. This will be good. Give me maybe a day to digest it, and we'll see what's what. I would say for the relative ease of this, I can always go in and change it later, but I'd say it's very, very high chance of success on this one.
Okay.
It's not nearly as complex as some of the others. Well, it was nice chatting with you. Am I going back in the pocket?
I mean, I can keep you out for a minute.
Excellent! Daylight is good. Yeah, Lakin, you just see a bottle happily yelling in the morning.
I never went back into the house.
Well, I figured they were walking out of the house at this point.
Oh.
Probably. I assumed, I could be wrong, were you just in the household? Or were you heading towards the healer?
Simi wants to get to the healer.
Wait, did
Yeah.
you wake so is everybody awake and going, or just the two of you so far? Wasn't asking the DM. Was asking the group.
I thought everybody was awake.
Yeah, we're all awake except for you.
We were all just having a conversation about it.
Right next to you. Kind of loudly.
And I think you were participating in the conversation too.
Not that you can prove.
That will total up in a court of law.
Okay.
Objection, hearsay.
Zaan, we're going to see the healer. Get up. There you go.
Okay. Off to see the healer.
Okay, I'll be here. All right, you all go and meet up with Otohime. She is awake, and when you make it to the temple, she is praying to it. And she doesn't acknowledge your presence right away. She seems to be in a bit of a routine. And it's not until she's done with this routine that she gets up to her feet and turns and addresses you all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Eh.
I see some concerned faces.
We may need some assistance. We took the medication that you provided us, but unfortunately, our symptoms are not getting any better.
That is not my experience with your cure so far. It has taken less than a day for people to improve.
To be fair, you guys were dealing with a symptom caused by the creature being in the area, more than likely. This is a symptom caused by direct contact with that creature.
Oh, that is not good. Well, whoever is suffering from this, please sit. Let me examine you.
Marika sits.
And all three of you just sit right in front of her.
I find a pew, more than likely, because I'm pretty sure this is a temple, right?
It is a temple.
You know,
there's-
just find a pew and sit in it.
There's no pews. It's not that kind of temple.
Oh. I will sit.
Okay. 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 She takes a bit of time to look at all three of you. I am seeing similar symptoms as to what the village was experiencing, but there's a difference. It's It has a presence that I sense more than I can see. In a way, for lack of a better word, maybe arcane in nature than just a sickness.
That's great.
Whatever this is, it is deep, and I do not know that I have the ability to fix it.
Do you know someone that could or may have the experience?
Nowhere here in Gudong Harbor, we deal with known illnesses, basic sicknesses, splinters, damaged limbs. If this creature is what I have heard, what you have explained to me, then it is far beyond what I am able to do. Perhaps there is someone in Chonsu, the capital city, that has more prowess than I.
Isn't that where we were when we did the whole thing?
Yes, Zaan, that is back where we came from.
I'm not sure if we're going to get help from there.
What other options can you think of?
What have you tried?
You were the first person we have spoken to since we got back. We were hopeful that the medicine that you made was going to work, but it's getting worse.
It seems to persist through even greater restoration.
One of you did. You cast it on all of you, or one of you?
I cast it on her, and Zaan will gesture to Kasumi.
And I still feel worse today.
Come here, let me look again. She does a little bit more of an in-depth look at you, like kind of pulling your mouth open, like just checking all over. You do seem to be better off than the other two. Perhaps it is just persistence. Do you have the capability of using this spell again?
I'm in need of you.
For what?
I need to crush some diamonds.
Land them over.
DM, so I do have a question that pertains to you. So
That's
I
me.
do have gems. And they're described as various gems like diamonds, emeralds, rubies. I have 5 of them. And we didn't really specify what they were because they were just random.
How many do you have?
5 in total.
I rolled a 3, so let's say that there's 3 of them that are diamonds.
I will hand Pez 3 diamonds.
I crunch on them.
I also have...
Make a mastication check? Make a survival check. So using your... What tools do you have? What specific tool proficiencies do you have?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Leatherwork, thieves, tinkers, vehicles, wood carvers. I also built brick.
Yeah, but brick didn't have diamonds in them. Just copper and bullshit. Sorry, that was mean. that was really mean. Sorry, brick.
That's so mean.
Make a Tinker's Tools check at disadvantage because they're not technically meant for jewel crafting, but
I mean, to be fair, it's just the dust. So even if you fuck up...
I'm aware of that. The Tinker's Tools are for intricate things, not smashy smash.
Gotcha.
There are specific jewel crafters kits that are meant for this stuff. So basically it'd be a dexterity plus your proficiency.
It's okay. Take your time.
16.
16. You break a few of your tools in the process, but in that moment, you're able to get one of the diamonds dustified.
Oh, in what way are they broken?
Just the tools?
Yes.
Bent, snapped.
I can mend them.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I was about to say if I can, I'll use mending on whatever, if it's mendable.
Okay, when I say go, you cast mending, and I'ma smash it. I suppose through the process of mending the tools and really working at it, you're able to get enough use out of the tools to dustify the 3 diamonds.
So then I would be able to use this 3 times. Can I use higher level spell slots to cast a lower level spell like Greater Restoration? It can't really be upcast. Oh no, I can. 6, 7. Yeah, never mind. I can. Sorry, stupidity. Yeah, I can. So I can cast this 3 times.
Okay.
So yeah, 1 on each of us. Again? 3 times, yeah.
Well, you only did it the once on Kasumi.
That, yeah, but what I mean is I can cast it 3 times.
Yeah, well, you
times.
said 3 times again. So.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. No, yeah, so just once on each
Okay.
each of the 3 of us.
So, Kasumi,
Mm-hmm.
when Zaan casts the spell on you again, you take in a breath of air with a sensation that a really great weight on your shoulders has vanished. Mariko, Zaan, you feel a little bit better, but still not great.
So just for heads up, if you guys had any exhaustion, I'd still remove another rank of exhaustion.
Kasumi, your maximum hit points return to you.
Oh. That felt different. Son, what did you do?
I was stubborn and cast the same thing again.
Whatever it was, it worked a lot better the second time. I feel refreshed.
It's because I helped.
It's probably
It's because
right.
you helped.
With his special tools.
Riku's gonna look to Zaan. So do you need that dust stuff to cast it, or?
So, out of character, I think so. I just can't remember how expensive the materials are that my symbols allow me to ignore. Because I know, because I remember us talking about like me using something that costs like 500 gold. He's like, hey,
if there is a cost required, you have to have that item. Your spellcasting focus is basically taking care of everything else that isn't a monetary cost. It's kind of like with a wizard, you have your spell component pouch. That's for your basic shit, bat guano, whatever. But if there is a spell component that has a monetary value, you have to have that.
List up there. Yeah. So stuff like a chili pepper, it will ignore. But
yes, that's your spellcasting focus.
Yeah. So there you go. So yes, I would need back in character. So yes, I would need at least a few more diamonds.
So, DM.
That's me. Hi.
Mariko does have her pouch from when we made her, where she has something labeled miscellaneous shiny rocks. Is there a chance she could have a couple diamonds in there? Because she would have said, "Ooh, this is shiny, pretty, mine."
Oh, I'm so fucking torn. Because on one hand, I want to be like, no. On the other hand, I'm really proud of you. On the other hand, you came from the Tempests Mountains that has... Hold. Hold.
Really to the dice.
Hold. No, not dice. I gotta check something real quick.
I just love this. Like, I'm just like, Mariko just reaches her bag, pulls out like the biggest fucking diamond in existence. Is this good enough?
I thought it wasn't pretty enough because it didn't have any color.
Because
Hold.
Mariko thinks with Crowbrain, she sees shiny, she's like, oh, shiny bag.
Yeah, so if
No.
hypothetically... Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, the area that you were in was more known for sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. So at the very least, it would be those. But fuck, that was really close. Because I knew that I had certain diamonds and stuff like in those areas, but that was not where you tended to be. So unfortunately,
Damn it.
no.
Damn it.
Ah, well, fucking played though.
So we need to find a jeweler, it seems.
I mean, I'm also right here as I pull out the Michael Jackson glove.
It's covered in diamonds.
We're giving Ian a fucking migraine.
I thought that was from a dream, Pez. You actually have. I thought we all had a really bad dream.
Oh
No.
God. The DM's like, I gave them too much shit.
No, I'm so proud of you guys. What's the cost on that glove, Pez?
5,000.
There's enough diamonds
Oh.
on it.
I just need 200 gold's worth. That's it.
So, a knuckle.
A knuckle.
Just
a
pinky.
I also have jeweler's tools, BT dubs.
Oh, so there you go. He had jeweler's tools the whole time.
Oh, do you?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't see him on your thing. Oh, you have the tools. You're just not proficient in them.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, with your own mending and Zaan's mending capabilities, you were eventually able to surgically remove 2 pinky knuckles worth of diamonds from the glove, crush them into dust. Zaan, are you able to cast a spell still?
I can cast it. You can cast Greater Restoration?
Uh-huh.
Oh, there you go. She can. She can cast it 2 more times and we're good. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay. You cast it on yourself and Zaan using the crushed diamonds, which turns into a kind of blackish ash that just sort of flakes away. Much like Kasumi, you feel a weight leave your shoulders, like you've been holding your breath for a really, really long time, like you've just been winded since the day prior. You feel fine. Your maximum HP is back.
Yay.
I feel better. I'm glad I didn't have to resort to option B.
What was option
would
B?
be-
My gun.
It's a cure-all.
Going out all Yeller style.
No, I was gonna contact somebody who knows a lot about, the world and helped make it.
Mm.
I was gonna message Kadal.
Oh,
Just ask if he had any expertise.
you're
Since
gonna
it kinda
ask a
seems to be
god to help?
It's like he knows more about the Arcane than I fucking ever will, so yeah. If he would answer, it'd be the biggest problem.
Well,
Anyway,
I am happy it worked out. I had been praying to Shenshe that everything would be all right.
So they are really partying hard outside.
They are. There's some big ones.
Oh no, I meant they're so happy that they are better.
Oh.
So, yeah, it seems a lot better now. I guess we need to go back and bazaar our new resident elves family again. That'll be
I
fun.
want to give him some things.
That's... Yeah. Just go back and do Zetsun. Lakin, you gonna come?
Sure.
Dr. Zaan is here for you. What could go wrong?
Lakin, are you okay?
Yes.
He's lying.
I'm fine.
Well, thank you for helping us solve the issue with our healing. And we appreciate everything you've done for the villagers here.
I am glad I was able to give some solace to our saviors.
Well, be safe. We must be going.
Shinsei, guide your path.
Extremely walks out.
Okay.
And we waddled away.
Auf Wiedersehen, Herr Fräulein.
Okay. So you all head back to the Itos? Okay. Along the way, there's some people who see you and recognize you. They start trying to forcibly put gifts into your hands. Some fresh picked fruits, a little bit of bread.
It would be rude to refuse them. I mean,
It's enough that a few of the villagers have kind of like gathered around you to thank you, and they're kind of blocking your progress a little bit. But it's kind of one family comes up and thanks you, gives you something, and then they back away. And as you take a step, another comes up and they're thanking you. They're wanting to give you something as well. Somewhere along the way, a little girl has given Moriko like a cattail reed. Kasumi, there's a little boy that ran up and gave you a dandelion. Lakin, a small boy comes up to you and who looks like he's just barely started walking, and he just found 2 rocks by the water, and he just holds them up in both hands towards you.
I will hold out my monstrous hand underneath the child's small hands.
Kind of just drops them and seems very pleased with himself, and he just waddles back over to wherever his parents are standing very, very close by. Zaan, there's a small gaggle of girls that made you a flower crown, it looks like. But
I will wear it.
seems like the villagers are just ecstatic that you've helped them as much as you have. Strangers as many of you are.
And I get nothing.
You want my crown, Pez?
I don't care. I don't need nothing.
I give
Rico.
Pez the other rock.
Does have a little moss on it. It's the greatest gift ever.
Rico gives Pez the forbidden corn dog.
I eat it.
Oh.
Pez, you grew a mustache real quick.
I look good.
Won't eat it.
I
Wow.
look good.
God, I see that image and I just cringe every time. The look of disgust.
Anyway, eventually the villagers clear out enough that you're able to get back to the Itos. Kaito and Yami are awake. Kaito seems to have a little bit more energy. He's walking around and helping Tamami with reaching some of the higher places that needed cleaning. What would you all like to do?
I'm out by the cherry blossom tree.
All right. Doing
Very
anything by the
good.
tree or just standing there?
I'm just standing there.
Okay. Checking.
Kasumi's gonna go stand next to him.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Not getting in the way. I'm too big to be in that house.
Well, then I'm also not being in the way, standing outside.
Fair enough.
All right.
Good.
Now kiss.
Anyone else? What are you guys doing?
Mariko was going to go up to her parents. She's slightly overpeopled because of the gaggle.
Mhm.
That just like, she's like, I like to give shiny, pretty things to people I like. So she rifles her bag and grabs some of her little shiny rocks,
Mhm.
whatever they are, and just holds them out to them.
Oh, these are.
50,000 gold and jewels.
This will feed our family for generations. Elven generations.
Oh god, that's a lot of generations.
These are lovely. I think I might know what I can do with these. And you can see Kaito takes them from you, and he seems to be in like creative passion mode. He takes them and stands up from the bed, and he goes outside. Looks like he's heading towards where he's got a little bit of a shop where he does some of his repair things. Yeah, he seems pretty thrilled. What's next?
So, Mariko.
What?
What's next for you?
I still need to find out about the interlopers and what the heck they were doing.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be okay with parting with your family so soon?
I'm not okay with it, but I don't think my journey is done.
But I don't think they would say no to having you return when it's over, but you should probably tell them what your plans are.
You
They'll
speak
probably
of me as if I am not still sitting here.
Oh god, I forgot I'm inside the house. Hi!
You know, Zaan, you're kind of rude, but also very loud at the same time.
I am not rude, I am blunt.
I have no illusions that Olivia has other commitments. We are very long-lived. I can wait a few more years. These last 2 days will fuel me for many more. I am overly proud of what I have heard that she has accomplished on her own and with you. And I wish for...
Good luck, buddy.
I love that your curtains are giving that away too. You just
Yeah. I wish for her to continue to succeed and to make more of a name for herself. To come back and share those stories. We will be here. We are stubborn. We will survive.
But when we are done with everything, will I be allowed to come back?
Always. I will have Kaito build an extension to the house. We might need more space. It will give him
Wait.
something to do.
It's real fast. You gave them what to do what with again? Sorry.
What?
Somebody didn't. No, I won't say anything.
You
Mariko
started
gifted
three
them-
different prepositional phrases right there.
Yeah, no. What? Sorry, Mariko. What did you give them?
She gave Kaito miscellaneous, like, jewels and shiny rocks. She doesn't know what they are, she just knows that they're shiny and pretty.
So, Mrs. Pardon my terrible pronunciation, Miss Ayami?
Ayami.
I was Leon. Regardless, how much would an extension to your house cost?
His time.
Wait, say that again?
Just his time.
You have all of the materials?
That is not for me to decide. I must simply tell him what to do, and he does it.
It's a honeydew.
I need to make sure I take notes of what this is going on to prepare myself for later in life.
Yeah, there's a little someone waiting in the Nightly Kingdoms that's getting a long list ready.
Oh boy. Zaan will pull out 2 gold coins and place them in Miss Ayami's hands. Use that for the materials, just in case.
Keep it for myself. I hear you loud and clear.
Sure. Where's her husband again? Is her husband in here?
How long until you think you will continue on your journey? She's looking more towards you now, Mariko.
I'm not sure, but I think we'll be heading out soon. I think our next stop is to visit Kasumi's hometown.
And you are welcome to stay for as long as you like. And whenever you need a place to stay and you are in the neighborhood, you know where we live. The tree is enchanted to bloom all year long. You cannot miss it. In fact, if you could give me perhaps one more day, I wish to make you something, but it will take me a day to do.
Okay. I'll make sure the others are okay with it, but I don't see why it will be a problem.
Yeah, we're in no rush. I say from behind.
Ah.
Just-
Stop doing that.
Riko's just gonna turn and hold the Pez.
Sad.
Just like Muppet head and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on. Looks around the room. Laken and Kasumi.
They're standing by the tree. I think Laken doesn't think he'll fit in the house.
Yes, more lies. We'd go outside and talk. Struts outside.
The two kids are leaning against a tree looking cool as shit.
Oh, damn. I've got leather
Too cool for
jackets
school.
and glasses. And sunglasses. They're so cool.
Zaan.
So, how's it going, you two?
Just hanging out. Any news from inside?
I think Mariko wants to stay another day because her mother is going to make something for her.
Okay.
And she wanted to make sure it was okay with everybody. And seeing how someone might be a little bit... What's the word I'm looking for?
Large?
Right in the middle of you doing this, Laken's just kind of gingerly holding up a cherry blossom in his fingers.
Annoying.
You're annoying?
You are annoying.
Relentlessly so.
Oh, well, I am fine with staying another day. And that will give me time to try to contact somebody. So,
Who are you going to contact?
somebody that may still be in my village.
Is anything? Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they are still in your village. Is it your father?
Look, it's a private matter for her. I wouldn't pry too much into it.
Okay.
I just want to check in. I've been away for a very long time.
Kasumi, you do not have to say anything more than I want to go see them. That is a fair want, desire. If we're here, why not?
Mm-hmm. I just need to check in just to make sure that they are still there.
Do we want to go back to the cart, make sure it's still there? Since it's just out that way.
Yeah, because it's just like a couple blocks away from where we are, correct? It's not like several hours to get to the other side of town.
No, it's 10, 15 minutes tops at a leisurely walk. You just have to zigzag your way through these buildings, which is why you didn't bring it in the first place.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind staying at the cart tonight. I can understand if Marika wants to stay here with her family, though.
I think it would be rude to try to stay. Let her have her time with her family.
Okay.
We enjoy the cart.
Rika, what say you?
If it's okay, I would like to stay here another night.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You want one of us to stay with you?
Only if someone wants to.
When I can.
Pez can find somewhere to sleep anywhere.
It's true. It doesn't require a lot. Low maintenance.
It's pretty lovely right here underneath these shifts. Underneath this here tree.
He started choking on a blossom leaf. Just went right
Well, then I'm gonna start making my way back to the cart and get started on my letter.
Okay.
Lakin, are you still facing away from me towards the cherry blossom, doing your thing?
I disappear into mist.
And he's gone.
My time has come.
No, Masugwe! No! Wait, who's that again? Oh. Guess we'll go to the cart too. Alone.
Kasumi's just walking, like she didn't poof or anything.
I know.
She's literally just like a couple steps in front of you.
Zaan will follow.
Alone.
Alone. Forever.
Abandoned.
Okay. So, Pez and Mariko stay with the Idos. Pez is promptly given some work to do. Helping out with Tamami. Ayami sends you out to the cherry blossom tree and tells you to climb up it and remove a branch. As
Oui.
you bring it back to her and she thanks you. And she just kind of sends you off.
And I'll go fuck myself, I guess.
Is there anything that you wanted to do while you were there, Pez, Mariko?
Me personally, did the tree, are there any branches that are, on the ground from said tree?
Mm-mm. It seems to be very, very well taken care of. Apart from the one that you removed from higher up. Nothing that you've seen.
Are there any knots in the tree, or, holes or anything?
Maybe a few lower down on the trunk where it's been around for longer.
I would like to put one of my clockwork buggies inside the tree.
Okay. To what end?
The mantis one, just a keepsake.
Oh. Okay. All right.
I have Corona just snoring beneath me, vibrating my foot.
Aw. Mariko, is there anything you wanted to do for the rest of the day?
Rika's just gonna help around the house, wherever she can, spend time with them as much as she can.
Okay. Your mother seems to be a bit secretive. She kind of has her back turned to you. She's singing a little bit. It's in the Elven language that you haven't heard in a very, very long time. Some of the words are coming back to you, but the tune doesn't sound familiar at all. It's very, very pretty. Kaito comes back eventually. Seems to be fairly pleased with himself, but whatever he was working on, he doesn't reveal it straight off. He just begins to start helping around the house as well. Kasumi, you were the first to get back to the wagon. You go, and Cassie seems very excited to see you. You open the door, and Lakin's inside.
Oh. How'd you get here?
I teleport. I thought you knew that.
I mean, I knew that, but you startled me.
I can go if you want.
No, you're fine. You've been strangely quiet lately.
Just old thoughts.
Thoughts that you're needing to express?
You are, perhaps, the only person that would understand, as time is irrelevant. I have been in existence for many generations.
Mm-hmm.
Not of my overall choosing, but out of necessity. And every time I see something like what Moriko is experiencing, it just reminds me that I will never see that happiness. I will never experience that joy.
Joy of being reunited with the family?
Family, love, companionship. Those are doors closed to me. Forever.
But why? What
Take
makes
a
it
good, hard look, Kasumi.
Yes, you're a bit pale. You smell a bit strange sometimes. But I mean, what do you call your dynamic with this group here? Would you not call that some type of companionship, if not partnership?
Do you think I have met others like yourselves before?
No, I can honestly say no.
Maybe not of the character, but others I have called friend. Others who I have traveled with.
Perhaps.
Do you know where those people are now?
Well, not here, obviously.
They are long gone. And yet I remain. elves live for at least a millennia,
Mhm.
but yet I remain.
So, why then punish yourself and not allow yourself to build other companionships and just fill your time with sadness instead?
The sadness only creeps upon me when I see such joy experienced by those that I care about. But I know, eventually, each one of you will leave in your own way.
It's the cycle of life. Well, a form of life.
You see where my conundrum is.
Mhm.
It is a reoccurring wound, but do not be troubled by my demeanor. It will change just as the seasons.
Mhm.
I just need time.
Okay. Well, I just figured I would ask because you always seem so willing to talk other people through their problems. So, yeah. Hopefully you'll feel better soon and not let your problems get in the way of you building other relationships.
I would surely hope not.
Fate works in a really strange way.
You have no idea.
I'm not even technically supposed to be here, so that's been a fun adventure so far.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
You have to find the humor in it, really. The irony.
It is humorous watching dozens of people I care about die.
Jesus Christ.
Well, now you're just being morbid.
Is that racist?
I've seen you raise families all the time.
Let's do an unboxing.
I'm just saying, if you need to talk, there are plenty of listening ears around here. But don't think that because you have had a much longer time on this plane of existence than most of your other loved ones, it does not mean that you have to deny yourself the happy moments.
I will take what you said to accord.
Good. I'm gonna go upstairs and write in my journal. And she just walks upstairs.
Young and stupid.
Okay. Dodge awkwardly stands in the doorway, having heard some of that conversation. Not that young.
Yes, you are.
Come here, Lakin.
Why don't you come up here?
No, Ymir!
No, Ymir!
I just lean back in the big armchair.
Oh, I thought you were standing. I didn't realize you were sitting. Come here, Lakin. It will be but a moment. Please. Oh, that hurt.
I lean forward.
Stand up, Lakin.
I stand
Zaan will take you.
and lower over top of you.
Zaan will take a step closer, look you right in the eyes, and give you a big hug. A super awkward hug, but it is a hug nonetheless.
You can fit around one of my legs, maybe.
I am hugging you whether you like it or not. If it's a leg, it's a leg.
You're lucky he's not humping.
Shut up, God.
Okay.
I apologize for grabbing your ears earlier. That was very rude of me.
I'm sorry I kicked you in the face.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're right. That hurt a lot. The ears are sensitive. Don't do that.
Do not take what I have said as a mark against how I feel about Morrigo.
Oh, I know
It is
you are
just
not.
personal feelings.
It's okay. Don't worry. I try not to think about family too much either, you know. We're all devouring evil dude and such. I just like my guys in Rokasim. They're nice and they're family. The one that I care about. And Yvonne. We need to talk to her again.
You're a strange bunny.
It's fair. But if I wasn't, I wouldn't be fun.
Well, I have some mental exercises to conduct.
Well, have fun with that. I'm going to go send a message.
Okay, so we
Very well.
have multiple messages being sent. I thought Kusumi said she was messaging.
I didn't think twice in that. I thought it was just like a personal journal. Dear diary.
I'm writing in my little book of sending.
I did put 2 and 2 together.
Do
As
you
usual.
guys want to rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first? Or boulder, parchment,
You
shears?
first. You're first.
Okay.
It's fine.
Kasumi,
Okay.
you go up into your room, you pull out the little dragon sending book. What would you like to send?
She is going to send a letter to Barnabas Shea. And basically in the letter, she's just going to say, I apologize for not sending anything sooner. And I know my last letter was a bit ominous. But things have changed, and we have somehow settled our debts with the Emperor. So our goal is to head towards the village within the next few days. So please let me know if you're still doing well, and if there's something I should look out for on our journey back towards you.
Okay. Huh. The pen's almost empty.
No, it just looks like that when you...
No, it's legitimately almost empty. There's like no ink going into the reservoir. Okay, so you pull the page beside the incantation, and it drifts off.
Mhm.
Okay. Zaan, you wanted to send a message?
What time of the day is it?
It's getting on into the evening.
I cannot send a message. Never mind.
Unfortunate.
They'll probably be asleep.
Okay. So, everyone heads down for the evening?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I need everyone except Kasumi to either deafen or take your headphones off. And I will do this when it's time to put your stuff back on. Okay?
Oh god.
Kasumi.
I'll do you one better. I'll fucking leave the room.
Kasumi.
Mhm.
You go and lay down in the large bed by yourself.
Mhm.
The ordeal you've been going through with your companions, somewhat weighing heavily, but also lightening a little bit, as everything seems to finally be coming into a place that should be right. In your eyes, it should be how it should be. Sleep finds you relatively easily, and you relax in the bliss of darkness for a time until your consciousness comes back to a very familiar mountaintop within a sea of clouds.
Mm-hmm.
The clouds roil and undulate as you know what's coming. Shenshe arrives, large, majestic, imposing, and the giant golden dragon head comes and settles in front of you. The fox has proven herself again.
I wasn't expecting to see you tonight.
There are things that I regret, but felt necessary for you to push through. I had hoped it would help you grow.
I can't tell you how worried I was when I tried to reach out to you and I would never hear a response. And I just want you to know that the actions that we did in that city, I never wanted to hurt anybody. I never wanted any of that to happen. I just was trying to follow the path that I thought I was supposed to take.
Let me pause your worries here. What I am to tell you is not to be shared.
Okay.
The reason I could not respond was because of the Scourge. You have been made aware of Sadir, the entity with which Kadal fought.
Mm-hmm.
His minions grow stronger, as you have seen. I heard your voice, though it was quiet, and could watch you, but as if through a mist. We are not as invulnerable as we would like our believers to think, it would seem.
Have you been attacked directly?
My mate and I have remained on our mountaintop. We have not strayed from our dwellings under similar orders from Kadal that we should be careful. Our sister is gone, as you have likely heard. So we worry for each other.
Right.
You have a long road ahead of you still. And as the morning comes to you, there are two paths. So I will show you two options that I foresee. But then I fear that I may not be able to communicate as clearly as I am now. But I hope you realize that it is out of a necessity, not of a choice.
Well, it's reassuring to hear that it's not reassuring, but it is. It helps explain why, and I can stop repeatedly blaming myself. But please, any guidance be appreciated.
I will leave you with 2 separate visions. And I want you to understand that both may lead you to family. The vision of Shenshay disappears. You are in darkness. The wagon appears again, and your vision is very swiftly whisked towards the east. The sun begins to rise in front of you, and you see the capital city of Chunsu. Your vision is moving swiftly, fast, almost dizzyingly so. You go towards the southern side of the city, and your vision is very quickly going between a crowded street, brightly colored silks being worn by all manners of people. Your vision takes another hard left turn, and you see a large wooden door that seems to have a fox mask emblazoned upon it, a bunch of tails sitting on the front with lanterns filling the eye sockets. You phase through the door as if you were a ghost. There's just nothing to stop you. Inside, it's vibrant, and it's filled with a buzz of laughter, talking, music. But your vision moves so quickly that you're not really able to see. It just seems like it's packed with people. You move over a central platform and on towards the back of the establishment, where a pair of curtains hang partially closed across an interior obscured by a haze of smoke. A small figure sits relaxed at the back of a rounded table, flanked on either side by much larger figures, featureless and dark within the haze of smoke. But your vision seems to focus on the smaller form sitting in the middle of them. And you come to an abrupt halt, no more than a conversational distance away. And though you are closer to the figure, no features can easily be seen, no matter how hard you try to focus your eyes on it. When suddenly a pair of eyes open. They are slightly slitted, almost like a feline's. Sharp and clear, you can see them through the smoky haze, almost glowing with a very amber hue. And they seem to look directly at you. And though you stare at the eyes for a moment, the haze of the room becomes oppressively thick. You can see nothing but those eyes, until eventually those eyes close. You're in darkness again. Once again, the wagon appears before you. This time your vision seems to head towards the west, towards the towering trees, the mountains. Moving further along, you see what looks to be your old home. But your vision takes a different turn, and it goes into the forest, where a cloying, thick mist seems to stick to everything. It gets to the point where you almost can't see anything, even the trees that your eyesight is just darting through. The next thing you see is what looks like rows of hedges, marble statues. You're moving too quick to be able to pick out any discernible details, and there, somewhere shrouded in the mist, you see what looks like a towering structure, but it's very unclear. There's no discernible details. It's just a large palace almost, somewhere in the wood line. And then the mist just comes in and surrounds your vision once more, and everything goes dark again. The next time you open your eyes, you are laying flat on your back on the bed in the wagon.
He just silently sits there and tries to wrap her head around what those two visions could potentially be and kind of what they're leaning towards. And she immediately starts to try to write out the details of the dreams, as many as she can remember. So then she can kind of sit there and stare at them and try to analyze what they mean. So she's just very much in this spiraling headspace where she's just trying to jot down as much as she can.
Okay. All right. You all get another long rest. Any points of exhaustion that you still have, you lose one more. Morning finds you all rested, and some of you feeling pretty decent. It is a new day. What would you all like to do? Sorry, Lakin, it is a new day. You've all had a long rest. Any points of exhaustion left over? You lose one more. What would you all like to do?
I would like to find Pez.
Wow.
Okay.
Ah!
Wait,
No,
weren't you?
He's at the Eidos.
Oh.
Yeah. But I do love the idea that you just say Pez's name enough times and he just...
Just ascends out of the
Yeah.
floorboard.
Pez. Pez. Pez.
You would need to make a trip back to the Eidos to talk to your boy.
I would
I
have.
must go talk with Bez.
I was sleeping outside under the cherry blossom.
You know how like in the cartoons and they're sleeping and there's like just the one flower petal that keeps going up and coming back down? It's right on Pez's nose.
Is Zaan sleeping downstairs in the kitchenette area?
We sleep in usually one of the big chairs.
He usually sleeps in one of the
Bay
chairs in the
windows.
bay window, yeah.
Okay, second level, right? That's where the bay window is?
You've got the second story and the first floor. The bay window is in the switchback staircase, kind of like mid-level.
Okay.
Warriors on!
That is my name. And so
I'm
much
going...
short.
Alright, I'm going to go talk to Pez. I have some pressing matters that he may find wanting as well. Bye! Oof.
I'm too hungry for this. Sash goes to the kitchen, starts making breakfast.
Yeah, you still have all the meats that you had purchased previously in the larder. You're able to make a proper Rokusing morning feast.
Yay! I'm gonna eat.
Kasumi, eventually you would smell Zaan's cooking, potentially waking you up if that's the kind of thing that would get Kasumi awake in the morning.
She is still sitting on her bed and just staring at her, like, very hastily jotting down notes of the descriptions of her two different dreams. She's very just enraptured.
More breakfast for me.
Okay. Lakin, it doesn't take you long to get to the Ito household. The children seem to be to have been allowed to rest this time around. Ayame is up and moving around and cooking breakfast this time. And she seems... You can see that Tamami is sitting by the table and she's kind of pouting a little bit. Very likely she was scolded into sitting the fuck down because mom wants to feel normal for a bit. But Pez, you said that you were sleeping underneath the cherry blossom tree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Carry on.
Pez, are you awake?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I found myself thinking about next moves. And I know our shared hatred of the green-skinned menace. is ever prevalent.
Very much so.
And I'm curious about the timeline that we are going to go to Kasumi's place of origin on this plane first. And then perhaps after that, we would attend to yours and mine business.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the plan is. Although, I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be done on this side of the globe.
This, I've heard tale of this hamburger.
Hmm?
Is this a close ally of yours?
Yeah. Literally a part of me, like a Horcrux.
Powerful death magic.
And he is death. Or was.
Can you tell me about him?
How long you got?
Eternity.
Well, double that.
The only reason why I ask is we need targets.
I mean, anyone who would do harm to us is a target. Doesn't matter what they are, whether they're an orc, a dragonborn, a giant sea monster with tits.
That was very specific on that last one.
Very much so. You should have been there. I actually drew a picture of it. As you can see, right here.
I'm curious as to why the creature had voluptuous breasts.
You know, I don't know. I don't really ask questions like that.
Swim
when
bladders.
it comes to... Yeah.
Life preservers.
Look, I'm just a simple farmer.
Simple farmer with a knack for accuracy.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens when your entire life gets destroyed. Your entire family gets murdered by an orc and his band of bandits, and you go out and become a gunsmith and learn the inner workings of guns.
Do you remember the clan crest of this orc tribe?
Did?
Air's too clean here.
Blossom leaf.
Did the Duke have a crest?
Make a history check.
I will guide him.
You see the eyes lose focus, and you just go.
Was that a +4?
D4.
You'd add a D4.
D4. Ten.
10. You don't recall any crest. You don't recall any banners or symbol. Generally speaking, his presence was his own calling card. The destruction he left in his wake was his calling card.
Just kind of like a fart in the wind. Only not silent, but very deadly.
But this mercenary has already been dealt with.
Oh yeah, he's super dead.
Very well. So I'm assuming this was not one of the orc tribes, but perhaps literally just a sellsword seeking wanton murder.
Probably. I mean, I don't know where he was born. I didn't really ask him that as he was hanging.
Well, all orcs come from a certain place.
Did you come from that place?
Lakin, make an insight check for me.
Insight. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty better. Pretty final, maybe? D&D Beyond? Why?
Sometimes just paper and pencil is just so much easier.
Okay. How you feel about the filthiest, dirtiest 20? Like, it's a slut.
Ripping.
20 has seen some shit.
Going off of small little tidbits that you've heard from Pez and rumors you've heard yourself, because the Duke was a notorious outlaw that rumors spread fairly far and wide. You have a feeling that he's more reminiscent of the Cave Claw clan, who are very, very well known for their hit and run tactics.
And I know their location, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where they would set
Oh, yeah.
up.
Well, Pez, you may have already killed him, but how would you feel about wiping out where he came from?
I mean, a small part of me would like to flay them all alive, but that's just a very small part of me, like maybe the tip of my broken tail. But me personally, I mean, if they haven't done anything wrong, then I don't see no issue in them doing what they're doing, unless they harm people.
What if I told you that nearly all orcs follow into raiding, making war, capturing innocents, putting them into slavery, into fighting pits? Would that change your mind?
I mean, kind
Racist.
of. It's kind of racist, but like, not all.
Excuse me?
Look, not all dragonborn are born dragon. Wait, not all. Look, not all tabaxi are thieves.
Would you leave your stuff in a room alone with the tabaxi?
Yeah.
There you go.
So then what?
But
why-
I'm
why
telling
would-
you that all of these orcs are bad. Every single one of them.
I mean,
The women and
Were
the
you-
children, too.
were you one of them?
Yes.
Lake is not just racist. Lake is full blown super racist.
Did your clanmates do this to you?
I once fought for honor. I once fought to see who was the strongest. But then the targets became women and children.
Mhm.
And that honor left its place.
Well, I mean, if you like point out the friendlies and the enemies, we can kill the enemies and keep the friendlies.
Easy enough.
Okay.
Fast forward like 6 months when we're finally there, it's like bad. Kind of hot. Bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. If there is a probable cause for justice, then I don't see why we can't serve justice.
Yes, I agree. Vengeance.
Don't know if the orc god would like that, but who knows? I don't know the guy.
I do. He's a prick.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, I get emotional when thinking about this conquest and future slaughter.
Yeah, I know. I can actually see some color in you.
It's really gets the blood moving. But anyway, how was the Ito household over the night?
Man, I Didn't see nothing. I did a couple of chores around the place, then came out here and did a little dirt nap.
How is Moriko? Have you seen her?
I'm letting her do her own thing. Again, this is her family, not mine. Mine's dead.
This is wise.
No,
Well,
dead.
I'm not dead yet. Was a really hot sister.
Getting better.
Well, I just wanted to be affirmed as our plans were moving forward.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will be down by the harbor if anyone needs me.
We,
I must meditate.
don't hurt yourself.
I'll try not to. Poof!
Okay.
And he's gone.
He's gone.
All right.
Like a fart in the wind. Okay. So. The only one that's not there, I guess Kasumi and Zaan, are you guys staying in the wagon for now?
So this is out of character, just for my brain, trying to recollect things.
Mm-hmm.
The town of Kostaden, is that how you say it?
Kosaten.
Is that close to the city?
Close to the...
Like, sorry.
Tusoto Pass?
Is
Or-
that close to DeSoto Pass, or is that close to Chonsu?
Here, hold on, let me Oop, I don't want that one. I want this one. Whoop. So, you
Map.
were on the south side of the Kudong Harbor. Kosaten is on the western side. It's a crossroads. Tusoto is to the west of that. Chonsu is to the far east.
Okay.
You guys are roughly halfway along that lower part of the bay.
Go to bed. It's 11 o'clock.
Okay. After a little while, Kasumi is going to come down, and she looks visibly flustered, confused, like she didn't sleep super well. But she is still clutching a piece of paper to her chest that she had been scribbling on. There's words, but they're just very hastily written.
So, not to sound like a complete and total asshole, but you look like crap. What's happened?
I got a message, and now I'm conflicted, and I don't know what to do.
Care to fill me in?
I am feeling like I'm being pulled in two different directions,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know why. And I'm trying to search through everything that we've learned since we've been in town, but there was a strong sensation that is pulling me towards my hometown. There's also a very strong wind trying to pull me back towards the city.
So, did you send a message to your parental thing? Caretaker?
I haven't. This is not from him. This is more of a spiritual sensation.
Okay, so I'd like to say I'm not a very spiritual person, but that's not entirely true. I'm not a very spiritual person in your spirituality kind of a person thing.
Mhm.
So, how? In what way? Like, what is the pulling towards one and the other?
You have an interesting way of communicating things.
I'm not good at communicating.
I don't know. Have you ever felt conflicted? Would you have two different two different things that you were interested in that are conflicting, and you have to make a decision?
You do know what we just fought, right?
What does that have anything to do with this conversation?
I'm a very conflicted person, but
Okay, well, then maybe I should talk to someone else about it.
Yes.
All I'm trying to say is I don't know what it is or why that I'm feeling compelled to be pulled back towards the city where that awful emperor is. But I'm also still have a very strong pull drawing me back towards my home village.
So, are both of these pulls coming from the same place, or is one pull being caused by something else?
From Shenshay.
Uh-huh. So Shenshay is your family or the city?
What? Shenshay, the goddess?
Yeah, which one was Shenshay pulling you towards?
She is the one that sent that I'm getting senses from her for both, and that is why I'm conflicted. I'm being pulled both directions.
Why do gods have to be confusing?
And
So, I mean, if you were planning to go to one, and this just adds another trip that's not relatively inconvenient.
well, it is because originally we were going to be going west, but it's trying to pull me east towards the city, so two opposite directions.
Yeah, but they're connected by roads. And it's not really that big of an inconvenience.
There's a sense of urgency,
For both?
potentially.
Well, what is more important to you?
Selfishly, I want to go towards my home village.
But
There's something in the city that's pulling me, and I don't know what it is or why.
did either of them seem more negative than the other?
They both seemed very confusing.
Okay, so confusing's not negative.
I think I'm going to have to... I clearly need to take a few more minutes to try to sort through these thoughts. Is there any food left?
Yes. Zaan walks back into the kitchen and totally just start cooking up something really quickly.
Okay.
Kasumi goes and makes herself a cup of tea, and then she sits down at the table, and she's just very clearly trying to sort through her brain.
All right. Well, on that note, unfortunately, we are out of time. So that is where we're going to end for tonight. We will be back in the next 2 weeks to see what Kasumi or what the party decides to do. If she decides to fill everyone else in or just leave it up to Zaan to stumble and bumble his way through giving her advice. So again, thank you all so much for watching, for listening, however you might be hopefully enjoying our story. And we will see you the next time we go live. Good night, everybody.
Bye. We love you.
Thanks for listening to the Fools and Flagons podcast. If you enjoyed this past adventure of the Tales of Archeron, you can catch us live on Fridays at twitch.tv/fools&flagons.